Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry. One, I'm late, and two, I'm froggy. I don't even know if I've had a live in the whole month of August. I think I think my month has been all messed up. I've had a terrible cold, and as you can hear, my voice is not 100%. So I'm not 100% back. I'm not contagious or anything, but my throat is still froggy and not 100%. It feels like it's weak. I have a weak little kitten voice, so I apologize. So bear with me, and there may be some coughing. And I'm expecting a delivery from Stampin' Up! Today, and so you may hear some very loud barking. Harlan's in the living room. And in case you don't know, Harlan is a permanent member of the White House now. So he's no longer a foster dog. He's our forever dog. Maybe someday I'll introduce him. I don't know if he wanders in here or something like that. I did put a treat on the floor just in case he wants to come in and hang out with Mom today. So, good morning! We get to do some stamping today. Probably going to run long, and you're probably going to be using your fast forward button. So that's okay. I'm not going to be offended by that. I'm not going to be offended at all. Today, I just need to catch up with you all. I haven't seen you in forever, and I'm late today just because, it's hard to get motivated and getting over this cold. Let me tell you. I had a class on Saturday, which was the One Sheet Wonder, which is what we're going to do today. Oh, and I only could do it in one day, one whole day. I had one whole day to put it together because I was sick last week and just dead tired. So still a little bit tired. Wasn't COVID, just a terrible summer cold that has taken its toll, and it's going on almost 2 weeks now. It'll be 2 weeks on Wednesday. So I'm really tired of this stupid summer cold, and I wish it would go away. So today we're going to do a 6x6 one sheet wonder, and we'll make 4 cards from that. And 4 cards. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And I've got the Christmas catalog. I can't show you inside yet because it doesn't go live until next week, but I can show you the cover. I don't have anything from the Christmas catalog that I can show you because I have not yet placed my order. I'm still trying to decide on which sweets. My girlfriend Ginger and I, we work together. She's a demo as well. And we work together trying to coordinate what we're going to buy so that we can have class. So we just went over it the other day and decided what she was going to buy and what I'm going to buy. And so between the two of us, we can have enough stamp sets and sweets so that we can make a lot of cards for Christmas. So starting next month, we're going to start doing Christmas cards. So my Saturday classes next month are going to be doing Christmas. So my regular customers who came to class on Saturday, we're doing the One Sheet Wonder repeat. If you didn't get to come to class on Saturday, then it'll be something new for you. And my YouTube viewers, it might be something new to you. There are a lot of ideas on Pinterest about one sheet wonders. Now, the good news is there's a lot of one sheet wonder patterns. Okay, this is like this. This is the patterns. Okay, there's a lot of those that'll tell you how to cut your paper, but not a lot of them go ahead and do the next step, which is show you how to make the cards so that you can see what to do with the sizes of paper you cut. And I found that to be a little bit frustrating because sometimes your imagination is just not up to par. Other times your imagination goes wild. So what I did for my one sheet wonder is I had an idea of 2 cards that I wanted to make. And so I designed my one sheet wonder cuts to fit those 2 cards. So I will explain it to you in just a few minutes how I came up with all that. But it's not that difficult. You can design your one sheet wonder any way you want. And you can do a one sheet wonder out of 6x6 paper, or you can do it out of 12x12 paper. 12x12 paper, of course, you get twice as many cards. I wanted to do it out of 6x6 because a lot of times people are confused what to do with a 6x6 piece of paper. Our standard cards are 5.5 by 4.25. So in order to use a piece of 6x6 paper to fit, you have to cut that down, and you would cut it down to 5.25 by 4. And then you've got some wastage. So you've got to figure out what to do with that. So that's a lot of like scraps, which, listen, next week I've got lots of things to do with scraps, okay? So we're going to do some scrappy cards next week, and we're also going to do some stack and shuffle cards next week. I should have done that today, but I switched up the order for you. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to use up those scraps. But today, let me get you in the cradle, and let's get started, because it's going to be a long one, and I'm already late to begin with, okay? So let's get you switched around here, all right? One moment, please. Let's put you up in the cradle. And, oops, you are seriously not where I want you to be. Okay. Move this out of the way here. I think that looks pretty good. All right, let me get my monitor up here and find the other Casey. Make sure she's showing up. Oh, I should have got 2 Diet Cokes because I'm so thirsty today. And she is on mute. Okay, good. All right, she is on mute. That's what we want. Got a terrible shadow today. I don't think I can fix it either. It seems really shadowy. Okay, this is my August-September host code. So since this is the end of August and we will have September coming up, we'll use the same host code for next month. So this is the August-September host code that you'll be using if you place an order online through my Stampin' Up! Store. You can find me at YouTube at Stampin' Queen, and here on Facebook at Stampin' with the Queen. Okay, and there's my Gmail if you have any questions and want to get in touch with me. All right, so we'll set that back out of the way. I want to show you the catalog. Now, I can't open the catalog, but this is the beautiful Christmas catalog that'll show you just a little tiny sneak peek of a few things. I wish I had stuff to show you from the catalog, but I don't yet. So my apologies. This has got Christmas, it's got Halloween, and it's got fall. So, and then it's got a few extras that are mostly florals, but it does have a few extras. So this catalog goes live. Let me see when this catalog goes live. Does it say? Helps if I put on my specs. September 6th. Okay, it always says on the back September 6th when it'll go live. So September 6th, we'll be able to see everything inside. So I don't know what next Monday is for the live, but maybe I can show you some things inside. And maybe my order will be here. Maybe I'll get my order by then. But there it is. Okay. So this is going to be a 6x6 one-sheet wonder class. And this is your 6x6 designer series paper. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cut this paper in all of these directions. Okay, so you'll have one piece here which will measure 5.5 by 2. You'll have another piece here which is 1 inch by 5.5, And then this is B1. This is a piece that is 5.5 by 1/2 inch. So these two will go together to make a card. This one is 2.5 by 3, and then you cut it on the diagonal. My diagonal lines are not exactly where they should be because I free-handed them, and they should be from corner to corner. Here is where they should be. They should be corner to corner. Like that. Oh, my ink pen's not working. Well, that didn't do much good, did it? We'll try that again. There we go. I think it's working now. Okay, so you'll cut that on the diagonal from corner to corner. This is your C card. It'll make a third cord. And then this is 3 inches by 1 inch, and you'll cut 3 of these, and this is will all make 1 card. Okay, so this is how we're going to cut. So I'm going to leave that there a minute for you to take your picture, your screenshots, and that way you'll know what you're doing. Okay, and then I'm going to get my trimmer out here. So the first thing, and what I did was I chose, we used the inked Botanicals 6x6 designer series paper, okay? And the one I chose for class, I'm just looking to see if it's in here. Chose a different one for class. Of course, it's not in here. Well, yeah, it is. Hang on. I tried to pick one that was non-directional. So this is the one that we used for class. And since I've already made 4 cards with that one, I'm going to use this one today. So I tried to choose a color that, or a pattern that would not matter whether it was up or down. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this in here and we're going to cut off 1/2 inch. Okay. We are going to cut off 1/2 inch. Because we want this piece to be 5.5. And then I'm going to take this down here and I'm going to cut off 1/2 inch from the bottom. And this itty bitty square is going to be throwaway. Okay. All right, so this is going to be B1. So I'll put this over here. Okay, so now I need to turn this way. And I need to cut 2 inches because this is now 5.5 and I need a 2-inch piece at 5.5. Is that right? 2 inches by 5.5. Yeah. Okay. That's going to be a card. Now I'm going to cut a 1-inch piece by 5.5. All right, and now I need a 2.5 by 3. Okay, so this is 3 inches. So I'm going to go over here and turn it to 2.5. 2.5 by 3. 2.5 by 3. Uh-oh, did I not cut that 3 inches? Did I screw up? That's 3 inches. Okay, it's 3 inches. 3 inches by 2.5. I thought I messed that up. All right, this one is going to be, I'm putting the points in the gully. This is going to be your C card that we cut in a diagonal. And then this one is going to be 3 inches by 3 inches. And what I want to do is cut this into 1-inch strips. And that is 3 1-inch strips. Okay. So here's your one sheet wonder. And you've got 3 1-inch strips. You've got this piece that we cut into the diagonal. You've got this piece here. Then you've got this piece here. And you've got this piece here. And we threw this little square away. Okay, so there is your one sheet wonder, all cut into pieces. So what I was doing when I created this card is I tried to create cards that were quick, fast, and easy, because you know that's my motto, quick, fast, and easy with the Queen. That's what I like to do. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to pull that over here. And now we're going to put this together with the card bases. Okay, I knew when I wanted to create this card that the first thing I wanted to do, let me just get this all out of the way. Let me get these out of the way for a minute. The first base I wanted to create was this one. I knew I wanted to put these 3 pieces on here. And I wanted to put a 4th piece on here that would go in the middle of all that. Okay, so I knew that I wanted to cut 3 1-inch strips so that I could put a card together like this. And I decided that this needed to be mounted on this. And then this gets mounted on here like this. Okay. All right, so this is how we're going to put this card together. So when I was creating this, I knew I needed a 3 by 3 inch square because I wanted to cut it into 3 1-inch strips. That was the first thing I did. The second thing I did when I was creating this was I knew that I needed a piece here. I wanted to create what's called a book fold card. Okay, so a book fold card, where's my bone folder here so I can get some good creases. A book fold card is just this. It opens like a book, and you glue this section down. And when you do that, when you create a book fold, then this piece here that's going to be your layer is 4x4. And I thought it would be great if we had our pieces that where the diagonal could be separated. Okay. And there we go. All right. So that's how I created that one. Now, the next 2 were fairly simple. I love simple, fast, and easy cards. And it's easy to put a strip. Oh, I want to do this. A strip of cardstock there, and we've got this extra strip that we're going to put on the inside. Okay, and this is such an easy card to make. This is like a go-to card, is a 1-inch strip, and then you kind of camouflage that strip of paper with either another strip of paper, which is what we're going to use on the other one, and this one I'm going to use a ribbon. Okay. And then what I did was I decided, is that right? Wait a minute. No, that's wrong. Sorry. Sorry, very sorry. I knew that was too much space. Hang on. That's the wrong card. One moment, please. Here we go. It's the wrong card. Okay. Here we go. I had this 1-inch strip that I wanted to put here, and I decided that I would, there we go. We're going to butt that up to a piece of cardstock here that I cut into a 1/2 inch strip. And then the same 1/2 inch strip we're going to put on the inside. And this one is going to go like this. There we go. Because we had a lot of space here since this was 1 inch and a 1/2 inch. So I decided that what we would do with that space was I ran this through a embossing folder. There we go. I ran it through an embossing folder to give it a little texture. Okay. And then this one is a go-to card that I like to do a lot. This is a 2-inch strip that looks great on cards. And to cover that seam, you just put a piece of ribbon. And then I put a piece here, and we're going to flag this so that it matches that. Okay. So these are your cards. These are going to be your cards once you get them all created. So I knew when I was making it that I wanted a go-to, which was the 2-inch. Another go-to that's fun is the 1-inch. I mean, when you don't, if you have scraps, a lot of times when you're cutting your paper up, you have scraps. And these 1/2 inch pieces are great for the insides like this. So this is how I wanted to put stuff together. Okay. So these are the cards that you're going to make. And they're fairly quick and easy. Once you cut your designer series paper, that's all she wrote. It's a whole lot easier once you cut your designer series paper to put together your cards. And with this designer series paper, the colors that we're using are Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, and then it also has Pool Party. Now, I did not choose to pull out the Pool Party for this. I went only with the Lost Lagoon and the other 4 colors. So on the back of your designer series paper, it makes it so easy for you. And we're going to also use the same colors of ink. Those same 4 colors we're using for the ink. And the one thing that I don't have is I don't have my Lost Lagoon ribbon. So I will show you what I mean by that. Okay, so let's just get these put together, all right? These are so quick, fast, and easy, guys. Now that you've seen how we cut it, let's put it all together, okay? So let me get my silicone mat out here so we can run some glue on these. Okay, this is going to be for the inside. And this is 5.5 by 1/2 inch. I'm going to butt mine right up to the edge here. And if you have a little, just like a 1/16 of an inch that you're off a little bit, you can carry it over there. Okay, when I put this through my embossing folder, I want to show you guys a tip and a trick, okay? When you put this through here, what I did was I put it all the way up to the top, okay, of the pattern. And I offset it about 1/2 inch because this paper then closes down like this. You can't put this paper, you have to have this piece, the fold, go through your machine. This paper won't go through the machine like this. It'll stick out and it'll run into the machine. So you have to fold it back. If you put this fold all the way to the edge, it's going to be too thick. And when you make your sandwich and you put it through the machine, it's going to fight you. So you leave a little 1/4 inch strip here, or a 1/2 inch strip, when you run it through and fold it like this. Now, it looks fine. Look. It would look just fine if you left that piece like that. but I wanted to camouflage it so you don't know my tricks, okay? So I just cut off a half a piece. And we're just going to layer that right on there. And nobody's ever going to know. Nobody will be any the wiser. Okay. Now, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal for this one because I've got texture here. And when you've got texture like that, my card doesn't want to close right. Hang on here, guys. I must not have creased my card quite right. When you have texture, it's sometimes harder to get stuff to stick to it. Pardon me. Let me get a drink. So I want something a little stickier, and my Stampin' Seal is really sticky. Sometimes I will use glue dots, because glue dots are even stickier than your regular tape runner. Okay, so now we want to butt this right up to that. And just in case, you open it up and check it out. Looks like I've got like a 32nd of an inch down here. I need to trim off. Literally just a hair. Just a hair. And even my card looks a little off, so I'm going to trim it up. And now that's got a rough edge to it that's ugly, so you know what? Guess what? I just tore my card all to heckle. Well, that's what I get. Guess what? Jimmy Crackcorn, and I don't care. That card is torn to heckle. So you know what? I can't believe I did that. I did that really, really badly. Okay. It's an embellishment opportunity. Since I messed that up, I'll just cut the card a little bit shorter. And it'll just show. And nobody will know that I didn't mean to do that on purpose. Ha 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 ha. That's just the way it's going to be. I think I'm going to make this a sympathy card. All right. Let's make this a sympathy card today. I'm going to do this a little different. All right, I'm using Timeless Arrangements stamp set. That's where this flower comes from. And I'm going to do this in the crushed curry right in the center. Set that over there. We'll use the Calypso to do the sympathy. Some friends of mine just had to put their dog down. And I may even adjust this card and put a big dog on here and send this to them, because They're very, very sad. And who can blame them? It's very sad when you have to put your animal down. And it's no fun at all. And their dog was a Great Dane. And he was 10 years old. He just celebrated his 10th birthday. And Danes don't always make it to be that old. So I think I'm going to send this to them. Because I need a sympathy card for them. So I think that's what we're going to do. And I think I'm going to leave room to... Should I put the dog down there? Or maybe I'll put the dog at the bottom. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. So I'll make that a sympathy card. And there it is. Quick, fast, and easy. Even with my mistake. Quick, fast, and easy. Now, the card that we made in class, I will show you, was this one. And it says, just a card to say that you're amazing. And I need to send this to somebody at church. One of the little girls at church, little girls, she's in her 20s. I mean, I'm 60, so she's a little girl. She did an amazing job running Bible school by herself, and she didn't know she was going to have to run Bible school by herself. Kind of, somebody dropped out at the last minute, and she was sort of handed the mess. And she did a great job. So, let me get some embellishments. I mean, if we're going to make a card, let's get it done correctly. Right? Let's... I'm so sorry. Let's get it done correctly. We'll put a thing there. And we'll put a bigger one up here. There we go. All right. So here's the one that we made in class, and here's the one that we made today. As you can see, and then I left room to punch out a dog here and put it on that one. So there we go. Now that you've seen them side by side. All right, let's go for the next quick, fast, and easy card. Quick, fast, and easy. Put this baby together in no time. Take your 2" by 5.5" strip. And this is a standard layer in my layering class, Casey's layering class. And I have to decide if I want to put this all the way over or not. Let's see. I'm going to leave a little tiny bit of an edge here. This 2" by 5.5" is one of my standard layers. So it's a go-to size when you're looking to make a card. And we are going to put glue dots on here. That ribbon's wrong. Y'all, when your ribbon comes off of the spool, there's a right way and a wrong way. If you can see, this is the wrong way. This is the back side of the ribbon that was against the spool. So the edges want to curl up a little bit. So you've got to read your ribbon. If you're going to put it on a card and you want it to lay flat, you got to turn it around. Okay? So you've got to learn to read your ribbon. I tell you guys this all the time. So I'm going to put my glue dots on the back of that. That's why I flipped it back over. And let me see here. This glue dot is going to go here, here. I don't want it. I want these glue dots right to the edge. Okay. Put it back in here so I don't lose them. Okay. Get these coverings off and make sure that the glue dot still stays on there. Now we want to flip these over and lay this down just right. There it is. I want to butt this ribbon right up next to hide the seed. And then we've got our perfectly sharp Stampin' Up! Paper snips. If you don't have a pair of these, you need to invest in your $10. They're the best thing on the planet. Sharp. I only use them for ribbon. Well, that's not true. You saw me cut paper with it, but usually I only use them for ribbon. Get this off of here. One moment, please. All right. And now I need to flag this. So in order to flag this, you're going to make a cut right there in the center. And then you go in from the ends diagonally to that center mark. And now you've got your flag, okay? And I think I just want to cut that down just a little bit. Yeah. All right. And I am going to do this one in Lost Lagoon. And this is going to be, this says, "Hello, sunshine." And then what I want to do is I want to put this right on here. And then I want to pop this whole thing off. And you know my little trick. Press your fingernail right smack dab in the center of those, and they will pop right off. There we go. Okay. And then I've got some delightful sequins here that I can put on here. just to give it a little pizzazz. And I will show you this one. With the one I made. Sorry, I got everything twisted here. So this is the one that we made in class, and here's the one I made with you all. So you can see the different background stamps. Really doesn't make a whole lot of difference. They kind of look the same. So just so you know. And then I did stamp a little extra something, some willow branches on the envelope. And if you wanted, you could stamp some little willow branches on the inside. So we'll do that. Just because we can, we'll stamp a little willow branch in there. And since we have the willow branch out, we'll stamp the one I did the other day as well. All right. Let me do some cleaning here, guys. You know I can't stand dirty stamps. And all these stamps are sitting here dirty. And it's making me crazy. I hate dirty stamps. Chamois to the rescue. And you know, we just use our chamois with water. There's nothing else on it but water. I particularly do not like to use baby wipes, because baby wipes will degrade your rubber, especially your polymer rubber. I don't like it because a lot of them have lanolin. So I never use a baby wipe on my stamps. Always use my chamois and my water. All right, let's do our book fold card. Okay, let's get this out of the way. All right. On this book fold card, I don't have enough of this, so I'm going to do a fake. Okay. On the book fold, I am just, okay, that's not where I want it to be. I need that knot to be more in the middle. Let's see if I can move that knot. So on the book fold card, my good friend Ginge had given us some. There. She had given us some Lost Lagoon ribbon, and so on the card that we did in class, we folded this ribbon and made a bow, okay? But I don't have enough to do that for this, so I'm going to do a fake. Okay, so I am going to fake it. I'm going to do a faux bow. So I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal. God, that's hard to say. I'm going to run some glue on there. And then I'll line this up where I want it. And then what I've done is I put that Stamp and Seal on the back side of that to hide it. And now this whole 1-inch section is going to be sealed. I'm going to close that up like that and burnish it. So there it is. Can't find mine. I'm just going to seal that down. Still going to get the same effect, just going to be a little less ribbon. And if you don't have a lot of ribbon and you don't want to use 17 or 20 inches of ribbon, because that's what you need to tie this, you can always fake it, which is what we did. Okay? So let's put this together. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue our 4x4 piece on the card front. Now we're going to take these, and in order to get these points, the glue on them, you definitely want to do this on your mat. Pardon me. Pardon me. Because you want that glue all the way down to the point. And you're just going to separate these, leave a little bit of a gap, and put them on your card. And we are going to go back to the flower and use our petal pink. And since I have this out, I'm going to put a little petal pink inside. It's nice to give the insides of your cards a little bit of a decoration every now and then. Okay. And then we're going to go with our Lost Lagoon. Whoops. And make it a birthday stamp. Did I clean that? You know, that petal pink is so light, I can't tell if I cleaned it or not, so I will clean it again just to be sure. It's clean now, for sure, for sure, for sure. My poor chamois just gets shoved in there. Excuse me. My goodness. Belching up my Diet Coke. Now, I used our decorative decal punch. I could have sworn I put it over here so I did. I just buried it. I use this punch to make the pink layer to go behind there. Okay. And then, of course, what are we going to do? We're going to pop this off. Because why? Because we can. Okay. You know what? I forgot to turn this up. To see. Whoops. Sorry. Hang on a minute, guys. There we go. When I turned on the monitor to see if I was on there, I forgot to pull it up to see if I could see your comments. So, sorry about that. I think you guys have gotten so used to me not being on that you're not watching me today. You're going to catch me on the replay, I hope. So there we are. And who can blame you? I've been a flake. What can I tell you? I have been a flake. I've just been sick and adjusting to time schedules with the dog and trying to acclimate him to his new home and acclimate us to a new schedule. So I apologize, guys. I apologize for being such a flake. It was never my intention. All right, so there are the two cards. This is the one that we made in class. We used a different birthday stamp set. And you can see that I accidentally put these on the opposite corners. It really doesn't matter which corners you put them on when you're mounting them. The whole point is to just, you know, corner it, give it a little bit of a zhuzh. So something a little bit different, but both cards equally as nice, I think. Can't complain. Okay, so last but not least, let's get this multiple unit card done. Okay, so the first thing you can do is go ahead and mount your Calypso Coral piece to your crushed curry piece. And this piece is your standard card base, and this is layer 1, which if you follow me and know Casey's layer 1 is 5 1/4 by 4. Always 5 1/4 by 4. It's a 1/4 inch smaller because I don't do anything in 8ths or 16ths or 22nds, 96ths. I'm a 1/4 inch girl. I like things that are a 1/4 inch smaller usually or more. Okay. All right. Now this piece is a little bit odd. Okay. This is a little bit smaller. This is not your standard layer 2. This piece is going to be 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Okay, so this piece being a 1/4 inch smaller gives you an 1/8 of an inch all the way around. This piece is probably going to give you more like a 1/4 of an inch all the way around. All right, so that's your measurement there. And then the piece that's going to go across here is exactly 3 1/2 because you want it to look like, when you put this on here, you want to be able to cover this white piece so that it looks like you just left that space open. Okay, that's the whole point there. Okay, so right now we're just going to work with this piece here. And we're going to go ahead and get this stamped. Okay. And I'm going to take some crushed curry here. I'm going to stamp that crushed curry off. Because I don't want it full strength. And we're going to do a thinking of you in the lagoon. Lost Lagoon. Whoops. Just knocked my monitor all askew. Okay. And we're going to mount that smack dab in the middle. And now we're going to lay these on here and decide where we want this position. Okay. So I think I'm going to put it in the third position. And so what I want now is to just get my spacing. Why does that look crooked? I have to get my fingers wet to... There we go. I want to get my spacing on there. So that we can get it about right. Okay. All right. This is one of those things, if you don't hold your tongue just right, you know, in your mouth, it won't get laid on there properly. Isn't that right? You kind of have to hold your mouth right. All right, taking a drink. And then we'll finish it. I told you it'd be a long one today. This has been about an hour, so I apologize, but you know, it's going to go a little bit longer, not much. All right, that's done. We'll see how crooked it is, and we'll mount it onto the other piece. This is our last card. All we have to do is mount it in embellishment, and we are good. Well, unfortunately, I've got a tiny bit of a gap there, but not going to worry about it. Can't fix it now. And it's crooked, but you know what? It just is what it is, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's handmade. That's the way it works. Sometimes you're perfectly straight. Sometimes you're perfectly crooked. You know, it just is. So as you can see with this one here, I mounted it in the second position. I mounted this one in the third position. So I don't think it matters where you put it. I could have put it at the top or the bottom, but that's where I put it. So here are your cards. You started with a piece of designer series paper that was 6 by 6. You cut your designer series paper into 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces, And then you took those 8 pieces and you put them on 4 different cards. And you completed your one sheet wonder. Let's see, is everything in? Can we see it all? I think. Can we see it all? I think so. So we went from this to this. How cool is that? I challenge you to design your own one sheet wonder and to post the cards. This is a great set of cards to make, to put into your box. You know, some months back, we made a box, remember? And we filled the box with cards. This is a great set to put in a box full of cards, all occasion like this. And you could even make a few more if you'd like. You don't have to stop at 4. You could make 2 different one sheet wonders. You can use a different pattern like I have and put all 4 of those. You could put 8 cards in a box, or wrap them up and tie them with a beautiful ribbon and give them to somebody, with the envelopes, of course, so that they have a full set. I know my 90-some-year-old grandmother's birthday was at the end of May. Was it May? No, it's at the end of, it's in August. She just had it. Anyway, so I think I'm going to send these up to her. I have a church mama who is in her 80s, and for her birthday, I gave her the book that had the 6 cards in it for her to give away to somebody, and she said that it was delightful and lovely. So I know that she has an empty box probably by now, and so I might have to refill her box. So this is a great set if you know somebody who is in a nursing home or who is, you know, not able to get out. This is a great way to give somebody a gift. And even if they can get out, it's a lovely gift to give anybody, just to make them a set of cards, all occasion cards, and put the envelopes. And don't forget to put a book of stamps in there with it. Okay, so it's Happy Mail Monday. I hope you mailed something. I am going to mail this one out. And I am going to mail another one out to someone who had surgery and is still recovering. I got a couple of people who had surgery, and I need to send some Thinking of You or Get Better cards to them. And I think I'm going to send those out today. So make it a Happy Mail Monday. Put a stamp on it. Put it in an envelope. Tie these up with a lovely bow and give them away. These are quick, fast, and easy, and you can do this. So I can't wait to see what you come up with your own 6x6 design. You can use mine, or you can use anything you want. I hope you enjoyed today. If you are on YouTube, I thank you for watching from all around the world. And don't forget to press the thumbs up and the like button on Facebook. And I thank you all for watching. And I apologize for my absence. I have a feeling that my brand new paper pumpkin for this month is sitting out there on my front stoop as we speak. So I've got the paper pumpkin coming up next week, and I also have a stamp cut and shuffle. So I've got plans for September. So let's hope I can stay well and get my butt out of bed on time, and see you next Monday. Bye.